Hey guys, how we doing? It's DJ with Son of a Motherless Goat, Texas style barbecue sauce. So a lot of people buy my sauce and they ask, okay, well I've got the sauce now, what do I do with it? So we're gonna show you one of those things right now. We got some chicken wings right here. We're gonna cut them up, we're gonna toss them, and we're gonna do it two different ways. But first I'm gonna kind of, just show how to cut up the wing. When you're cutting up the wing, and get whole wings, don't get frozen already cut up wings. Don't be, anyway. So you find the joint and you can just chop down on it. These are great if you're going to make chicken stock or something like that, but I'm not. So then cut down into the middle, and you can see the joint in there, and you just cut right down through the joint. All right, so I'm going to cut up the rest of these, and I will see you guys on the other side of that. All right? All right, so I have cut up all my chicken. You can see now we've got, when you're done, you should have separated, of course, drums and flats. I've got them separated into two different bowls. So I've got in this bowl with the tiny whisk, I've got about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm using cornstarch instead of flour because the lovely Joan is gluten-free. So we're using cornstarch, and then I've got about 4 tablespoons of Son of a Motherless Goat favorite son rub. I get the big one because I use it a lot more. And so I'm gonna mix this into this one, doing it in a bowl, and then just toss them together. Get them good and coated, good and covered up, using up all of that rub, all of that mixture, coating them all. By the way, before I did anything with the wings, yes, I washed them, dried them off, as far as you know. So now I've got those nice and tossed together. And so now I'm going to use my rub. And now we're just gonna put this one is just gonna be straight rub. So we're gonna put that in. The magic of television, I have floating rub here that's putting in. That's good. And so this, you're putting in amount wise whatever it is you want, however you want it covered. And again, I'm using favorite son. If you want them spicier, then of course you want the red-headed stepchild. But getting them all nice and mixed up, getting them well coated, and probably need just a touch more in there. Let me have my my magic rub, put a little bit more in there. All right, that should be good. Got a little piece to break up. So in my rub, also, just while I'm doing this, I do not use anti-caking agents because generally they're basically just sand, is what they are, food grade sand. So I don't use that. So if you get a rub from me and it looks like it's caked up, it is. So just stick a butter knife in there and break it up, and you're good to go. All right, so I've got my regular wings all covered. I've got my wings covered with the cornstarch and the rub mixture that I need to mix up a little bit more. So we're gonna get these laid out on a baking sheet with parchment paper because I don't want them to stick. I'm gonna cook them at 400, and your time is gonna vary by your oven. The reason I'm doing this is in an oven as opposed on the smoker or something like that is because not everybody's got a smoker, not everybody's got a grill. But pretty much everybody's got an oven, so that's why I wanted to do it this way. All right, so we're gonna get those laid out, and then we'll be back and show them to you before we put them in the oven. Good. All right, so you see I've got my wings all laid out. One side is the wings with the cornstarch and the rub, and the other side is just the rub. Yes, I should have used 2 trays. I know, you don't have to tell me. And that way they wouldn't be so crunched up together, but they'll be fine. As they cook, they're gonna get smaller, and I'll, flip them over, and they'll be, separate distance-wise. So I'm going to put these in the oven now. Like I said, 400 degrees. My oven's preheated. And they should take about 45 minutes. I'm going to flip them halfway through. And we'll come back on the end before we toss them in the sauce. Alrighty? Thanks. Alright, it has been about 30 minutes. And I just finished turning all of our wings, and now I'm about to let there be light. Now I'm about to stick them back in the oven for about another 20 to 25 minutes. All right, so they are out of the oven to the doneness that I want them to be. So now I'm going to toss them in the barbecue sauce. I've got a jar, my own jar of Favorite Son. Once again, if you want to use spicy, then you want the red-headed stepchild. So tossing these in a bowl. You can just toss them in a bowl, or you can toss them in a container with a lid, so that you can really really shake them up. But this works as well. I've got it. I'm just gonna pour the sauce right in there. Already shook it up. Well, actually, my lovely assistant shook it up. All right. So we're gonna toss these, and you know, of course, you can brush the sauce on if you want to take 45 minutes to do that. But this does the job much faster. So now we're going to do the crispier wings that Joan is over there eating without sauce on it. No, these are the crispy wings. All right, that's enough of that. And again, just gonna pour the sauce over them. And give them a good toss. Mix them in, pour them out. And one more. Of course, I have parchment paper down here, which I think I said before, in case I didn't, so that they don't stick to the metal pan, because I don't want to put any other oil down on it. I don't want to spray the pan, because the wings are going to create enough oil on their own when the fat renders out. So why add more to it? There's no need to. All right. So I've got these on here. I'm gonna organize them a little bit better. Stick them back in the oven for maybe 10 minutes, just to cook the sauce onto that, and then I'll show you guys the final product. All right, we'll be right back. All right, so they are done. Here is the final product. So now is the taste test. These are still pretty hot, but that never stops anybody of the guys on TV, right? So they are really good. So the sauce cooks onto there, heats the sauce, binds it to the chicken. It's just that part of it's really fantastic. So follow us on Son of a Motherless Goat Barbecue on Instagram. We'll have more videos coming up of different things that we're going to cook, and of course you'll be able to see where we are, so you can come and get sauce too. Thank you, guys.